Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video, and today we've got a character guide on Mog. Our boy Mog just got his FRBT. Your boy's summons were absolute fire, but we did not get the BT, so we're going to showcase him without the BT, but I did give him an Ultima weapon to compensate, so his straight up normal damage should be very comparable. This is a 0 out of 5 Ultima weapon, but still better stats than the green BT. We're just missing out on BT auras and a very important BT effect that I will explain, so just know that Mog could look a little bit better. We don't have his armor blue, but we're going to get there. So for those of you unfamiliar with Mog, Mog is one of these characters that I would call a jack of all trades, master of none. So what I mean by that is Mog does a lot of things, but he doesn't do any of them the best. But he's very spread on what he can do. Kind of like Zidane in a way. I'd say Zidane is a very similar comp to Mog. Zidane's damage, I would say, is a little bit better when he's in his prime. But Mog, I would say he's a character that could fall into your support. He has a lot of battery and he has healing, right? These are things you want from a support character. But he also has debuff disruption and he's got follow-ups. He's got some decent damage. So he does a lot of little things. But, you know, there's better support characters. There's better Brave Gain characters. There's better healers. There's better debuff or shutdown characters. But with Mog, you're getting all that in one character, right? So that's the benefit. You get a lot of things. He doesn't do any of them the best, but you can get a lot out of what he does, right? So in this video, we're going to look at his artifacts and his spheres and his calls. So let's go ahead and start with Mog's calls. I don't think Mog's calls are anything that I would use. Basically, his jump call is going to just do some damage. It is doing water damage. And it does give the caller attack and max brave up and then enemy speed down. Nothing too crazy, right? And then the LD Moogle March. This is also going to do a ranged water attack, but it does heal the party. So for the burst heal, it's good. But if you want to bring a heal call, there are better calls that you either get heal on both of the calls, or you get heal on a call and a better effect with it. So Mog, you definitely don't want to pull Mog for the call. It's not one you're going to be using very often, right? Let's go ahead and look at his kit here. And my boy Mog, I just want to check one thing really quick. Okay, I just had to do a double take and make sure I was actually recording because your boy's live streaming tonight. Once again, back-to-back characters. I've been liking this. Like, my thought process was this. Like, I'm going to get on at 9 o'clock and record the videos anyways. What's the difference if I do it live? And you all like watching me live, so I might as well. I might live stream a lot now. We'll see. It's pretty easy. I like it. I get the videos done just the same. It's just I get to hang out with you guys. So if you guys are new to my channel or watching this for the first time or didn't know that I live stream, feel free to hit the notification bell and subscribe because then you'll know when I'm going to go live. And if you watch me live, you get to see this character guide before it goes on my YouTube channel. So you get early access to that. So totally worth it, right? But anyways, back to our boy Mog. So here's the thing with Mog. There are actually a couple ways you can build his artifacts. The two routes you can do is you for sure want Moogle in the Mines up 2-star on all three of them. And then you either go attack 108 or you go max brave 330. Now, the way I like to run my characters is I like to look at what they're best at. And I like to emphasize that. To me, I do not see Mog as a main damage dealer. I see him more as a support battery character, and all of Mog's brave gains and battery scales off of his max brave. So Mog is a character where I actually want to emphasize max brave the most. So I'm running 3 max brave 330 and 3 Moogle in the Mines up. That's my personal preference, but if y'all like attack, go attack 108 and Moogle in the Mines up and you're good there, right? Then we're going to go into his spheres. And we definitely have some options here on the spheres, right? Now on the C slot, you could do your typical Maria, Lude, and Alphinaud, and those are party attacks up, so those are definitely like good ones there. I actually found Lilith's to be interesting because, once again, I want to use Mog for Brave Gaining, and the reason why I like Lilith, there's a lot of Brave Gain C slot spheres, but a lot of the C spheres will scale off of iBrave. Lilith's Brave Gain actually scales off of Max Brave, and since I'm pumping Max Brave into Mog, to me, Lilith is kind of like the standout Max Brave sphere here, or like the Brave Gain one. So I actually, for my Mog, since I'm doing a Brave Gain build, I went Lilith here. Now, if you're going more attack build or a traditional build, then sure, go with Maria, Lude, Alphinaud. Those are your standard like party attack ups, right? Then on the D slot, same thing. You've got your standard party attack ups. So Ash, Saz, Lise, Hope, Luna Freya can work here because Mog is going to hit weakness damage. So any of those are fine. But honestly, I have Mog's on here. His isn't the best. but it is a max brave up. So that's what I like. I want that. It's party max brave. So I'm totally fine with keeping that there. Now, if I had a removal stone, I probably would have removed it and done something that has like attack and max brave. So to me, something like hope would be really good here because you're getting attack and max brave on it, right? There's another one too that does attack and max brave. So I would say best in slot here would be an attack max brave up for the party. That's what I would do there. But Mog for me is fine. I put it on there like a long time ago and I'm just going to leave it there. And then on the E slot, you could go with like an attack up. I like Pain here. Once again, this is an attack up that you can use. And once again, anytime I've got a weakness damage character in an E slot, I like Pain there. You're getting a couple of nice things with the party attack up and the enemy attack down. So that's what I opted to go for there. If you wanted to give buff like, or give Mog like poison, like you definitely could throw down like a Thancred. Thancred would work because I think Thancred's a weakness damage trigger as well. Or you could go Ferris. So Ferris and Thancred would be poison ones. Those are kind of fun, to be honest, if you want to put poison on them. Or give them another debuff. Because honestly, Mog doesn't carry a lot of debuffs. So if you want to give him like a defense down or... he does already do a speed down, but you could, I guess, stack another speed down if you wanted to. That's totally up to you, but you can kind of have your fun with the E slot. I don't think there's like a best in slot there necessarily. Unless you're going with an attack build, then sure, you go with like a Seymour or something like that that's going to give them attack. But I like Pain here because that's a nice party attack. You get the attack down on the enemy. I think that's a very good one. I like that on my weakness damage characters, right? All right, so with that, let's hop into the showcase. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Before I get too crazy, I messed this up on my last couple. I got to make sure my equip order is correct here so that we're not messed up. So I think that should be good there. All right, let's go ahead and hop in and see how our boy Mog is looking. Kind of excited to see his damage here. You know, my reactions when I do these character guides are very natural because, you know what? We'll bring some force charging. Why not? My reactions are very natural because I actually don't watch a lot of JP. Like, I get murmurs here and there. I hear about, oh, this character is going to be really good. You know, things like that. But I don't extensively, like, watch showcases of characters on JP and things like that. So, really, I am using these characters for the first time and seeing their damage. I have a general idea of how good they're going to be. But, you know, sometimes I get really impressed. Like, Neon is an example. I was actually really, really impressed with Neon. Very, very good, right? Okay, so Sarah here. Sure, let's just open with an AA. And then we'll get Sarah's LD. And you know what? Actually, let's not mess around. We'll just bring in Pinello and just use up all of our ramps right away. That way we're just ready for FR whenever we want to pop it. No reason to wait around. We'll just hit that all right away. Spam through it. And sure, we'll let Garnet do her follow-ups. Why not? I'll allow it this time, Garnet. I will allow it. This will be nice because we can actually use Garnet on this fight because the last fight absorbed a bunch of elements. But this fight, you know, Garnet's going to be 100% good because Mog is doing the same elements. And they would be foolish to lock out Mog's elements, right? So, but who knows? They were foolish enough to give Squall a single target fight. So you never know. Maybe they lock out Water and Thunder here and completely shut Mog down. That's kind of the rationale I felt like the devs were at with the last one because they really did not showcase Squall well in that last fight. And Squall is can be a lot better than how he looks in that fight. They needed to give him a 3-target fight. I don't know what they were thinking. Let's go LD here. They did give him a lot of HP, and that's a good way to showcase Squall because he does do a truck ton of damage. But yeah, okay. Garnet, we'll do our typical Garnet start. Aquamarine, we like our Brave Gain stance. And then we like to use the AA to get more buffs going. Which is right here. Okay. And then we like to go into burst effect right away. And then what we'll do is on Sarah's next turn, we'll get her burst effect up. We've got a lot of charging already. We'll just do a couple of Mog attacks. And then we'll kind of see how the FR is looking. And we'll talk about the BT when we get there. Kind of when I start doing FR stuff, we'll talk about the BT. Even though I don't have it. But this question always gets asked to me when new characters come out. Is the BT essential? Well, if you're going to run Mog, you do want the BT. And I think that's going to be the trend moving forward with characters. Just plan on, if you want to main a character, go all in. Like, it's kind of all or nothing in this game, right? All right, so Mog is going to start off with a free skill use. I would recommend either using the AA to get the free boost all, which is just going to be some nice party stats, or you would go serial jump here, right? So I'm just going to do the AA. We'll get the free party stats. That's fine. Okay. And what I'm going to talk about before I even attack is he's got an overhead called Water Harmony. So that's that water symbol over his head. We actually refresh that with the 35. Typically, these overheads come with the LD, but this one, not. It comes with the 35. So it is going to self-water enchant him, so all of his attacks will do water, even if they're not naturally water. Attack 20% up, max brave up, HP damage up, overflow stolen up, and then the party's going to get a brave regen, which scales on max brave, right? Which is why I emphasize max brave. HP regen, so party's just going to have free HP regen, max brave up, and an overflow stolen up, and then all enemies will get a speed down. The other thing that comes from Water Harmony is he has 2 follow-ups that can trigger when he attacks. One is called El Nino and one is called Plasma. El Nino is a water attack, Plasma is a thunder attack. Basically, if the party is debuffed in any way, El Nino will trigger and it's going to remove 3 debuffs from the party. If the party is fully clean like it is now, you're going to see Plasma trigger, which is a thunder attack. And they're both going to do brave gains and do attacks. And then Plasma has a 50% chance to confuse the enemy, right? This is significant with his BT and with his FR effect. We'll talk about that when we get there, right? So now what I'm going to do is let's go into Serial Jump. Now, Serial Jump is going to kind of jump in between Jump and Serial Jump. Okay, so let's do Serial Jump. See what the damage looks like here. Okay, and then here's the Plasma follow-up. Okay, a mill on that. That's good for my boy Mog. We'll take the mill damage. That's nice. And it looks like Plasma did not trigger any confuse. So we missed on both enemies, right? Now, let's go ahead and talk about Serial Jump here. So Serial Jump, it's a brave gain that scales on max brave. Like, he's got so much max brave integrated into his kit. That's why I really like max brave on him over attack. And then it does a water attack with some splash, which we saw there. Dude, a mill damage for this guy is actually really impressive. And then what happens is his Serial Jump becomes Jump. Okay, so just keep that in mind, because I feel like there's a little strategy to using the jump that you want to be aware of that we're going to talk about here. Let's just do, we'll just LD with Garnet, and then we're going to BT effect with Sarah, and we just want to get back to Mog. Actually, I should consider doing like a Raijin or a Rydia here. I brought a mid-Italian, but I actually don't want to use it, because I want the enemies to have room to get the confused so we can show it off. So we are just going to BT effect here. We'll let the enemies take turns. They shouldn't do anything too bad on the first attack. And I believe Mog is carrying Rydia. We can just throw Rydia down. Providing we have buff slots. We did bring in Pinello, so our buff slots are probably pretty full. Let's see if we got buff slots. Yeah, we've got buff slots we can override. Yep, that's fine. So we'll let them attack here. I think they're just going to do brave damage, yeah. It's fine. And then Garnet's like, I'll just throw down in between. Why not? I'll just throw down. Okay, all right, so we're back to Mog. Now, I want to show you guys something very important. Notice that Jump turns into a green attack. So, Jump is free instant turn rate. So, when you see it, unless you're during an FR, if you're outside of FR, though, I don't know why you wouldn't just hit it, because it's free damage. And here's the thing. If you use Water Harmony, it's going to change Jump to Serial Jump. So, what I recommend you do to get the most out of it, if you see Jump here, you're going to get free instant turn anyways. You should use that before hitting Water Harmony, because you don't want to change it to Serial Jump and waste the free attack. So literally, just free attack here. It's weaker than Serial Jump, right? Does less damage, but it's free. So even on this one, still did a mill damage. What the heck? A mill damage with 600k splash. The reason why is because now we had Sarah's BT effect up. So Serial Jump is actually going to do more than a mill right now. Dude, his damage is good. I mean, we are dressing him up with like 2 really top tier supports, but I've said this before, it's not really like a showcase setting because this is an actual team you could run. Like, you want to run these characters. So it's like, sure, that he can look good with really good characters, but you want to run really good characters, right? Let's go ahead and pop Water Harmony next. Take a look at this bad boy here. And Mog is just so dang cute. How can you not love this man? He is so cute. And once again, Plasma follow-ups. Let's see if we can get a Paralyze here. No, dude, we're really unlucky with the Paralyze because they've got 8 debuff slots. They are not full. So yeah, we're getting really unlucky with the Paralyze because it is supposed to be 50%. Unless it hit and I didn't, and it has a different symbol. No, it definitely didn't hit. Okay, we've already got Force ready to go. I don't know if I want to go into it yet. That's the issue. I kind of want to see like his natural damage first, and then we'll go into FR. let's just get a feel for his natural damage first. We probably can't echo because we're going to blow up the enemies too quick. All right, so Water Harmony, let me talk about that. So it does a Party Battery, scaled on Max Brave, big AoE water attack, and it does upgrade Jump to Serial Jump. So once again, if you have Jump Up, just use it. Get it out of there. Don't let this upgrade at the Serial Jump. That's my personal opinion. It refreshes his Water Harmony to 8 turns, so that's the overhead. So you definitely want to make sure you upkeep that. And then it does put a Thunder and Water resist down on the enemy, so you're getting the weakness damage, right? Now with Mog, let's go ahead and let's do Moogle March, and then we'll go into FR after that, right? Let's throw Rydia on, just to make sure that the enemies don't mess with us. Okay. All right, and let's Moogle March away here. Look at them, they're so cute. All those little Mogs, all those Moogles. All right, what's the damage like on this LD? I mean, he's still got a Plasma coming. All right, dude, 1.5 mil on the LD AoE, and we hit a Confuse. Very obvious because we got the stars. All right, we finally hit one. We've been pretty unlucky with those, but we did finally get a hit, so that's good. So you guys know I wasn't all lying about the Confuse. Now, we probably won't see El Nino in this fight, because I don't know if we'll get debuffed. But if we happen to get debuffed, we'd see El Nino, which, once again, it's pretty much the same attack as Plasma. It's just water damage, and instead of paralyzing or confusing, it just wipes our debuffs away, which is actually very useful. It's a very good thing. Cleansing is not a common thing, so it is very good to have that. We'll just Aquamarine here. And I think we're going to pop into Mog FR, and then we will also talk about the BT. Gosh, you guys, I think I might not actually echo because this is a weaker fight. I got to find a stronger fight to use as my showcase fight. One of these nights, I just got to sit and like play through a bunch of like permanently available Shinryus and just find a good one. Now, obviously, you could say, yeah, just do one with a bunch of HP. But the problem is I want to find one where the bosses don't really mess with me too much and I can just do the showcase. Maybe actually I should do Divine Bahamut. Maybe that one wouldn't be that bad. I don't know. I'll have to look at that. All right, so Mog, we got another free skill use. Oh, we have to do Moogle Rush, actually. I'm going to do FR. I know I want to see the damage of it, but let's just do FR. I want to get this FR in, so let's just get this. And, dude, pairing up with Kryl is perfect, because we got thunder damage, we got water damage. That's kind of his thing. And they're both, like, super cute. Perfect pairing. I feel like Mog would be Kryl's, like, stuffed animal, right? Oh, my gosh. These animations, dude. So, yeah, 2.3 mil AoE. That's on par with other FR. So, Mog, I am impressed with the damage, because remember, Mog isn't a damage dealer. Like, you're getting this damage, and it's kind of a bonus, because you really are running Mog for the battery and, like, the paralyze and the healing and the cleansing. Like, that's what you're running them for. So, dude, this is all bonus. Sure, let's go crazy. Let's do an echo here. Let's talk about the FR, by the way. So, the FR, Party Battery, scaled on Max Brave, AoE attack, and then you notice both the enemies got a guaranteed 2-turn confuse. So they have that confuse on right now. So the enemies are pretty much shut down at this point. The force time effect, which is really cool, it removes the debuff from the party member before their turn. So basically it's kind of like an anti-poison where it just cleanses something off every turn. And then Mog's debuff rate becomes 100%. So the idea is the FR, because remember, in order to do Plasma, you can't have debuffs. So the FR is going to constantly work to keep the debuffs off, and then your Plasmas are going to guarantee confuse, and since the enemies are confused, they're not going to be able to reapply debuffs. So then you're going to be rolling, right? And here's the thing, we got a 2-turn confuse, so even if they're speedy, they're going to take it down to 1, but then Mog is going to keep reapplying the confuse every Plasma, because it's guaranteed. So during force time, Plasma is guaranteed confuse. Kind of crazy, right? So, and then for the HP bonus conditions, this is where it's not as good. 20% for range damage. If you end an ally turn with no debuffs, 20%. And if you attack a stun target, 30%. So here's the thing. It's not the worst, because to me, 50% of that is for free. You're always going to have a stun target, because Mog's going to be in there confusing. And you should always have no buffs, because the FR is cleansing you constantly. So I guess it is a very easy 50%. But to get the 70%, range damage isn't as common, which is why they loaded his banners with a bunch of range damage dealers. But Mog, with his own burst phase, he's going to be getting 70% to shot. he's going to be clicking a little bit, right? Let's do, sure, we'll echo again. Let's just go crazy. I want to see Mog do some unga bunga damage. We're going to pop his EX next, and then we'll talk about the BT. And the enemies are going to be confused here, so nothing's going on here. Okay. And we are confused away. Mog is a very good, solid character, right? Like, I am impressed. Like, his damage is definitely there. Kind of wish I got his BT now, because I would almost go all in on maxing this man out. I might, because he's so good. He might be a good target for me later on when I have 50 BT tokens and nothing to get. Like this, he might be my target for that, right? Okay, so obviously we could echo here, but we won't. Let's do Moogle Rush the EX. Oh wait, I did do this earlier, didn't I? No, that was Moogle March I did. No, this is different. We haven't seen this yet. All right, now this is under FR, so the damage should be pretty crazy here. Once again, Plasma guaranteed confuse. All right, 3.5 mil. That's solid, right? For the EX, that's solid. We'll take it under FR. So the EX, Moogle Rush, AoE water attack. He does get a buff called Warrior of the Moogles, which is party overflow up, brave damage up, and HP damage up. So HP damage is very good. And then as long as the ally's HP is above 50%, they also get a brave damage up. So you're pretty much always going to have that. I think Mog is going to keep you pretty much healed up really good, right? And then let's talk about the BT as these other attacks kind of come through here. But Mog's BT, which regrettably I don't have, but I think I am going to try to get it in the future here, does a big BT attack, right? It's probably going to do like 1.5 to 2 mil damage, I would estimate. The burst effect, though, is going to be a party water enchant, so that's the one spot where we do get enchantment for the party. Brave damage limit up, HP damage limit up. So that's all he's got for buffs, which isn't a lot on a BT effect, but the big thing is his El Nino and Plasma trigger twice. So the man's getting double follow-ups, right? And the reason why that's significant is when you are outside of force time and you're only getting a 50% chance to confuse, you are now doubling your chances for those to hit. It's going to make his confuse very consistent and you're getting more damage output. So Mog, I mean, if you go all in on him, and I've said this before, really no modern character, like for the main featured banner character, is bad. If you want to go in on him, max him out, he's going to be doing really, really good things for you, right? Sure, I guess we'll FR here and maybe finish off, but we pretty much saw Mog's entire kit, right? Let's see the damage here at 492%. This will probably finish the fight. Then here comes the Plasma. Guaranteed confuse. And bam, 11 mil. Yeah, so there you go, guys. That's Mog. Very nice character. Definitely not a character to be mad at if you pull him. He's definitely fun. The only reason I don't recommend his banner or pulling is because the quality of banner unit isn't great, and there's way more hype stuff coming with Aerith, Bacante, Quina. But if you like Mog, like, don't feel any shame in pulling for him. He's a great character. So anyways, guys, let me know what you all think of Mog. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.